Some say he is not a man at all, because no living thing walks the earth without ever turning its head. But if you meet him on a lonely road, whatever you do not call out to him. The road between Oru town and the next village always looked harmless during the day. Birds perched on the power lines, goats wandered freely, and children ran up and down the path without fear. But once the sun slipped behind the hills, that same road became a place nobody wanted to speak about. Older people would close their doors, mothers would call their children inside, and even the wind seemed to avoid the path. Everyone knew the reason. Night belonged to something else. Chisholm had no intention of walking that road at night. It happened because of pride. A heated argument with his uncle about money had broken into harsh words. Chisholm stormed out, refusing to spend the night there. When he checked the time, it was already 8:20. If he walked fast, he would reach Oru before 9. That was what he kept telling himself. The moon was bright, full and high, painting the earth in a pale glow. The trees swayed gently, as if whispering secrets to one another. For a moment, Chisholm convinced himself the stories were only stories. He walked for 15 minutes before seeing the silhouette ahead. At first, it looked like any man walking home. Tall, slim, moving at a steady pace. Chisholm felt relief. Company on an empty road made the silence less disturbing. He increased his steps so he could pass the stranger. But as he drew closer, a strange coldness crept across his skin. The man's posture was too stiff. His head did not tilt, not once, not even a tiny adjustment. His shoulders remained perfectly straight, as though he were being guided on an invisible line. Chisholm slowed down. Something was off. Chisholm cleared his throat and called out softly, "Good evening, sir." The figure did not respond. He walked a few steps closer. Excuse me, sir. Please, I am trying to pass." Still nothing. Not even the slightest nod. The man kept walking forward, head fixed in the same direction, never acknowledging that another human was near. Then Chisholm noticed something else. There was no sound beneath the stranger's feet. No crunch of gravel, no shift of pebbles. The man walked like weight did not apply to him. A chill ran down his spine. He whispered to himself, "Please God, let this not be what I think it is." Everyone in that region knew the stories. Children whispered them at night in their beds. Adults tried to pretend the tales were nonsense, but their eyes always betrayed their fear. They called him the stranger who never turns his head. Some said he was a spirit of the road. Others believed he was the ghost of a man buried without proper rites. One version even claimed he was not human at all, but something older that borrowed the shape of a man so people would not flee too quickly. All the stories agreed on one thing. If he ever turned his head to look at you, you would not see the next morning. Chisholm held his feet trembling. The man's clothing looked wrong. The fabric was old-fashioned, faded beyond age, yet untouched by dust. The back of the stranger's neck was pale, like a person who had not seen sunlight in decades. Chisholm's instinct screamed at him to stop, but he gathered courage. He stepped off the road slightly, moving along the edge, determined to pass. His heartbeat thudded in his ears. Just go, do not look at his face," he whispered. He walked past slowly. The stranger did not change pace. He did not shift his head. He did not acknowledge anything. Chisholm could barely breathe as he overtook him. When he was finally ahead, he exhaled shakily. "Thank God. Please let me reach town." He continued walking faster, his ears strained for any sound behind him. For a few seconds, he heard nothing, only the breeze and his own footsteps. Then a voice came, soft, calm, too close. "Why did you pass me?"
Chisholm stopped breathing. The voice was right behind his ear, even though he had not heard anyone step closer. His skin prickled, his entire body locked in place. His mind screamed at him not to answer, not to look back. The voice came again, slower this time. "Why did you pass me?" Chisholm whispered a trembling prayer. "Please, God, protect me, please." The voice shifted slightly, as though the speaker were leaning in. "Turn around." Chisholm ran. His legs sprinted before his mind caught up. Branches whipped past him as he tore through the night. He did not look back. He could not. The footsteps behind him were silent, yet he felt a presence following, closing in, reaching for him with invisible hands. The trees blurred. His chest burned. He stumbled, regained balance, and kept running. When he finally saw the dim lights of Oru ahead, he pushed himself harder. As he reached the first compound, his legs gave out. He collapsed just beside an old fisherman who had been returning from night fishing. The man looked down at him with weary eyes. "You saw him," the fisherman said quietly. "Did he speak to you?" Chisholm could barely nod. The fisherman sighed deeply and helped him sit up. "This road is not for those who choose pride over wisdom. You are lucky you did not give him what he wanted." Chisholm swallowed shakily. What did he want? The fisherman stared at the dark road behind them. "For you to turn around